everyone. On behalf of the entire staff of Beech Motor Speedway and the Cusack family, it's my pleasure to welcome you to Maine's oldest continually operating family-owned speedway. My name is Bruce Eldy, your race commentator, and tonight our races are sponsored by Snap-on Tools, leading the way. Special 50-lap feature on tap for the late model Sportsman. We will be opening with qualifying heats in just a few minutes. All clear signal from the flag stand. Indications from the safety men. The track is dry and ready to go. And we'll look for a start at turn 4. Mike Grant, Dave Field on the front line. Flagman asked him to pick it up just a little bit. Green is out. Side by side, Grant and Field into the one turn. Slight advantage to the inside to Mike Grant, but here comes Field on the outside. Takes a fender ahead down the backstretch. Trying to get down into that inside groove, can't quite do it. Grant coming back to the inside. Dave Field leads him down for the first lap. Dave Field Jr. in the 84. Side-by-side battle now. Jim Burt takes over second. Remember, only 12 cars to qualify in this qualifying heat. The rest will have to do it via a consolation event. Jim Burt on the move on the outside. A lot of pressure now on race leader Dave Field as Jim Burt working to the outside. Rick Verrill tangle off the 3-turn. All the cars moving, we stay under green. Race leader continues to be Dave Field Jr. Last qualifying position right now appears to be the number 15. Rick Verrill now trying to the outside of Dave Field. Caution flag on the field as the number 99 sits off the top of turn number 1 by the west end wall, unable to refire the number 99. All clear from the flag stand. We look for green at turn 4. Dave Field this time squaring off with Rick Verrill. At turn 4, green is out. Verrill from the outside takes over the point. Down into the 1 turn. Followed by Dave Field Jr., Jim Burt. Guy Poulin has Ed Strong to his outside as they battle in the top 5 positions. Kevin Jelinas looking for racing room in the number 21. Tangle in the 1 turn. Ed Strong gets it turned about as he tangles with Kevin Jelinas in the number 21. And they go to the rear of the lineup. And a tough break as they were battling for a qualifying position. Cars start in a handicap system here. If you're new to the Speedway, the more points a driver accumulates and a car accumulates, the farther back they start in the lineup. So in this particular race, the higher point men are at the rear. Cars like the 86, Robbie Herrick. Halfway mark this time by 8 down and 7 to go. Rick Verrill with a strong performance night. in the number 64 has worked himself out to a comfortable lead over second place competitor Jim Burt. Last qualifier right now appears to be the 86 of Rob Herrick. Robbie Herrick has collected a limited sportsman semi-feature already this year. Problems on the 96 of John Maycomber, as he appears to be headed back to pit road. Battle now shaping up for second place. Dave Field looking to hold off hard charging Jim Burt in the number 17. Also a side-by-side battle shaping up for the fourth place position. Chapman to the inside takes it over. Following up the inside, Robert Bodwell Jr. Flagman indicates just 2 to go next time by. Verrill with a comfortable straightaway lead over Jim Burt. Then comes Dave Field Jr., Scott Chapman, Robert Bodwell. Last qualifier appears to be a battle between the 69 and the 86. White flag in the air, 1 lap to go. Still a toss-up between the 69 and the 86 for who will grab that last qualifying position for the main event. Checkered flag in the air. Verrill collects the first qualifying heat in a commanding way. Jim Burt is second, Dave Field third, Robert Bodwell and Scott Chapman round out the top 5. Rick Verrill coasts down to the start-finish line. A nice round of applause, please, for the winner of number 1 in the Limited Sportsman Division, Rick Verrill. Strong performance tonight, as week by week the crew on the number 64 seem to be putting it together better and better, and definitely his strongest performance, I would say, thus far this year. Flagman Eddie Walsh gives the all clear as the drivers work the backstretch, and we should be ready to look for green at turn 4. The 2 Ford Thunderbirds on the front row, Shores and Buzzell. Green is out. Doug Shores and Coach Buzzell side by side through turns 1 to turn 2, down the backstretch side by side. Doug Shores to the inside, Butch Buzzell to the outside. Both up from the Limited Sportsman Division last year. Buzzell one of the winningest Limited Sportsman drivers. Doug Shores also campaigned a Ford in the Limited Sportsman Division very, very successfully. Little by little, getting these cars zeroed in. A lot of mechanical problems on both of these cars running up front, the 07 and the 15, but the crews have worked hard and are definitely making improvements each and every week. And the 2 Fords lead the way tonight in heat number 1 for the Super Sportsman Division, as they begin to put distance on young Bobby Cotton in the number 17. Doug Shores now with a burst of power on the backstretch, opens it up over the number 15 now. Russ Johnson trying to find a groove on the outside as he sets the 19 to the outside of Spike Manitoul and looks to the outside of Bobby Cotton. We'll be approaching the halfway mark. As they cross the stripe this time, it will be 5 down and 5 to go. From third place on back, it is a battle. Bobby Cotton doing a nice job hanging on to that third position, but he has a mirror full of Spike Manitoul in the number 89, as young Russ Johnson working to the outside. place right now in the hands of Bobby Cotton. 3 abreast in turns 2. They group it back up again. Dave Sprague looking for racing room beneath the 89, and he finds it. Dave Sprague up from the Limited Sportsman Division, driving the Channel One video sponsored Super Sportsman. Looks for racing room, can't quite find it as Spike Manitoul fills the outside groove now. It will be 2 to go as they cross the stripe. Doug Shores continues to show the way, but the race is for third, and it's a 3-way battle. Spike Manitoul taking over third on the backstretch. Bobby Cotton trying to hang into the inside, can't quite do it. White flag is out. Doug Shores continues to hold off Butch Buzzell as the 2 Fords have a comfortable lead over the rest of the pack. Checkered flag will be in the air as they exit turn 4. Doug Shores collects the first qualifying event. Butch Buzzell, Spike Manitoul, Russ Johnson in a tangle with Bobby Cotton and Dave Sprague as they cross the start-finish line. As Doug Shores coasts down to the start-finish line, a nice round of applause, please, for the winner of heat number 1 in the Super Sportsman Division, Doug Shores in the 07, sponsored by Ed's Batteries in Westbrook. Also, Cumberland Auto Salvage. Flagman Eddie Walsh asked them to tighten it up, close it up. All clear from Flagman Eddie Walsh as the drivers glance over to the flag stand in readiness for a start at turn 4. Bruce Rice and Gary Pulsifer bring down the field. Green is out. Slight advantage, Bruce Rice to the inside. Takes the lead out of turn 2 down the backstretch. Gary Pulsifer is second. Mike Mayetta Jr. in the number 3 as the 32 of Joe Bowser working to his outside. Rice brings him down to show lap number 1 on the board. Side-by-side battle as the caution flag comes out. Tangle out of turn 4. Casey Nash and Corey Sanborn. All clear from the flag stand. Ready to try it once again. 1 lap down, 9 to go. Once again, Bruce Rice and Gary Pulsifer bring him down to turn 4. Green is out. Rice with a slight advantage into turn 1. Gary Pulsifer trying to square it up on the backstretch. Almost draws it even at turn 3 to turn 4. Rice with the advantage, bringing him down. Gary Pulsifer hung on the outside as Joe Bowser has filled the inside lane along with Mike Mayetta Jr., the rookie in the number 3. Then comes Gary Johnson in the number 53 rather. Rounding out the top 5. Kerry Winslow on the move in the number 22 as he works to the outside of Tim Land. Can't quite find the room as Land moves it into the outside groove. And Steve Carrier looks for room to the inside. Land way up high. Takes it right out over the stripe. Has to back out of it, and he's okay. Back up front. Bruce Rice has Joe Bowser to his back bumper. Then young Mike Mayetta, Gary Pulsifer, and Gary Johnson. Bruce Rice making his return to late model sportsman action here this year after a layoff. Has run some impressive laps here thus far in the number 15. Joe Bowser, always a hard charger in the number 32, working his backup car as some heavy damage was sustained on his first car this season. Bowser continues to put the pressure to the back of the number 15, but Rice does a nice job of holding him off. It will be 2 to go this time by, indicates Flagman Eddie Walsh. Joe Bowser trying to find a way under or around the number 15. Here comes Mike Mayetta Jr. going to try it to the outside. White flag flies as they exit turn 4. Here comes Mayetta on the outside. Squares it up beside Bowser. On the backstretch, still Rice, Bowser and Mayetta. Side-by-side battle for second. Checkered flag will fly this time by Rice. Too close to call. We'll wait for second place. It's either Bowser or Mayetta as they appeared to cross the line side by side. Then the 27 of Gary Pulsifer and the 53 of Gary Johnson. Winner of heat number 1 in the late model sportsman division. Nice round of applause, please, for Bruce Rice, driving the number 15. R.H. Foster, sponsor. Once again, 12 cars to qualify for the main event. These are the High Point Limited Sportsmen. 15 laps on tap, 12 cars to qualify. High Point men sit at the back of the pack. Flagman Eddie Welch asked them to hold it even, points to turn 4. Driscoll and Gendron bring them down. Green is out. Side by side across the stripe. Driscoll and Gendron into turn 1 side by side. Advantage on the inside to Driscoll. Paul Driscoll in the number 45 shows the way. Robbie Dorr in the 23 trying to find racing room beneath the number 12, and he does. Robbie Dorr takes over second. Tim Gendron gets it almost out of shape, flex it back up. Side-by-side battle now with Phil Weeks. Weeks with the advantage up the inside. Here comes Billy Thompson in the number 6, trying to capture that 4th spot away from Gendron in the 12. Tim Gendron still hung on the outside in the number 12. No place else to go but stay right in that outside groove. But the advantage right now is in the inside groove. Tangle in turn 1. Gordon Nelson, Pee Wee Knight, Ron Smith. Caution flag on the field as the 61 is unable to refire. Backed up against the sand barrier. The caution flag flies with 3 laps recorded on the leaderboard. Okay. We are ready to restart at turn 4. Green is out. Paul Driscoll once again. Side-by-side battle for second. Phil Weeks and Robbie Dorr battle for second place. Side-by-side battles right straight back through this heat lineup. Three wide now as Johnny Morse in the 75 tries to find racing room between cars, and he does. Bold move by Donnie Morse in the number 75 pays off as he raced between cars and has worked his way up now, knocking on the door of the top 5. Paul Driscoll, who had an impressive win here just a couple of weeks ago in the number 45, shows the way. Then it's Phil Weeks in the 19, Tim Gendron in the number 12, Dennis Quinn in the 06, Danny Bubar, last week's feature winner, rounds out the top 5 in the number 24. The last qualifier at the moment in the 12th position appears to be Jimmy Emerson in the 73. And obviously that's going to change around as these drivers jockey for a qualifying position. Johnny Morse now gets way wide, loses some position after working his way up to approximately that 6th place position. Tangle out of turn 2. And once again, it appears to be Gordon Nelson coming out on the short end of that. Caution flag flies once again. 7 laps down. All clear from flagman Eddie Walsh as the drivers glance over to the flag stand. Paul Driscoll, Phil Weeks on the front line. Bring them down to turn 4, looking for green, and we have it. Slight advantage into turn 1. Phil Weeks from the outside as he mounts a strong challenge now to former race leader Driscoll. Tangle on the backstretch. Driscoll gets the car turned about. And the former race leader in a tangle as they enter turn 3. We are back under caution once again. Flagman Eddie Walsh gives the all clear. Still just 7 laps down of this 15-lap qualifier. Phil Weeks in the 19. This time will square off with Tim Genren in the number 12. Looking for a start at turn 4. Green is out. Weeks with the advantage as they cross the stripe, racing into turn 1. Phil Weeks from the inside. Tim Genren on the outside. Now has Dennis Quinn. Here comes the number 70 of Jeff Morgan. And Larry Gelinas racing 3 wide right up through the middle. A bold move by Jeff Morgan and Larry Gelinas, and they make it work. Here comes Morgan. He has already captured a couple of feature events, only to lose one of them via disqualification. A hard charger in the number 70 puts the car right out front, and Larry Gelinas is trying to follow suit in the number 37. 111 appears to be the 12th place car at the moment, and would be the last qualifier if they ended this way. Larry Gelinas breaks free of the rest of the pack, sets his sights on the number 70 of Morgan. Dwight Shepard now makes his way up into 3rd with the number 34. Strong runners from the back of the pack making their presence known here as the drivers complete lap number 11. Rick Burnett on the move in the number 54 as he sets it to the outside of number 25. Burnett in the 54, also a hard charger. Last qualifier at the moment appears to be point leader Beaver Norton in the number 38. Just 2 to go, indicates flagman Eddie Walsh as they come by the stripe this time. 2 laps to go. Jeff Morgan once again showing the strength of the number 70. Larry Gelinas in the 37. Dwight Shepard in the 34. Phil Weeks in 19. Dennis Quinn in the 06. Round out the top 5. White flag in the air, 1 to go. Last qualifier appears to be between the 75 of Donnie Morse and I think the 61. Checkered flag flies. Jeff Morgan collects the 2nd qualifier for the limited sportsman division. Unofficially, the number 61, Gordon Nelson, appeared to be that 12th place and final qualifier from this event. Winner of heat number 2 for the limited sportsman division, Jeff Morgan in the number 70. Brings it down to the start-finish line. And he is definitely a driver to watch in the upcoming main event a little bit later on. Flagman Eddie Walsh gives the all clear once again. Steve Howard on the point. Bubba Pelton to his outside in the 27. At turn 4, green is out. Side by side across the stripe and side by side into turn 1. Steve Howard to the inside, Pelton to the outside. Danny Palmer looking for room in the number 93 as he dives beneath the 27 of Pelton. Making a side-by-side challenge now for 2nd place. Chris Rule gets into the 08 of Mark LeBlanc. And LeBanc tries to refire, can't quite get it refired until the yellow flag flies. Steve Howard this time will square off with Danny Palmer. A couple of former strong limited sportsman competitors at turn 4. Green is out. Slight advantage from the outside, Danny Palmer. Palmer continues to put a fender ahead out of turn 2 down the backstretch. Howard tries to draw it even, and he does it. Turn 3, side by side. They exit turn 3 to turn 4. Advantage to the 0-3. Steve Howard retakes the lead as they work through turn 1 to turn 2. Bubba Pelton back up the inside, takes over second place once again. Side by side battle for 4th between Kevin Durgan and Ken McLeod. Steve Howard, Bubba Pelton show the way. Cars bunched up from position 3 on back. Ken McLeod. As I mentioned, talked with Ken McLeod earlier. Said they had to replace the entire rear clip on the number 6. May be experiencing some handling problems by the way the 6 seems to have a little difficulty in the corners. Undoubtedly some adjustments will have to be made. The number 6 has been the car to beat so far this year, along with the number 14. A lot of pressure now up front on race leader Steve Howard as Bubba Pelton works to the inside, trying to find racer room. Bumper to bumper, they race to turn 1. Bubba Pelton putting a lot of pressure on race leader Steve Howard. Just 2 to go, indicates flagman Eddie Walsh. 8 down and 2 to go. Pelton again trying to find racing room, can't seem to do it. Looks to the outside now as the white flag flies, has just 1 lap to find a way around the 0-3 of Howard. Tried to the inside, couldn't find the room. Now he looks to the outside. Pelton trying to draw it even between turns 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the air. Steve Howard hangs on. Second qualifying heat for the Super Sportsman division. As he coasts down to the start-finish line. A nice round of applause, please, for Steve Howard, winner of the second qualifier for the Super Sportsman division. The 0-3, sponsored by Rocket Machine and Scarborough Auto Parts. Second generation racers. Glenn Cusack, Barry Babb. Sons of outstanding competitors from a few years back. Green is out. Barry Babb from the outside grabs the lead down into turn 1. Followed by Glenn Cusack. Bobby Babb from the outside taking over position number 3. Andy Lude looking for racing room on the inside. Barry Babb brings him down to lead lap number 1, followed by Cusack. Bobby Babb now has some pressure on the inside from Andy Lude. Andy Lude trying to find room beneath the number 4, can't quite do it. Babb hangs it right out in the outside groove. Mike Johnson in the 33, a former champion, also a feature winner here just 2 weeks ago. Andy Lude off over turn 4. Manages to collect things up before he reaches the wall. Finally gets it refired. Approaching the halfway mark. It will be 5 down and 5 to go when they cross the stripe. Continues to be Barry Babb showing the way, followed by Glenn Cusack, then Bobby Babb. Here comes Mike Johnson now with a bid to the inside of the number 4 of Bobby Babb. Side-by-side battle for that 3rd position. Mike Johnson with the advantage from the inside, takes over that third position, dropping Bobby Babb back to fourth. Then comes Paul Johnson in the number 35, rounding out the top five. Just 2 to go when they cross the stripe, indicates Flagman Walsh. Barry Babb continues to show the way. Cars bunching up now, that top five closing it up. Paul Johnson getting beneath the number 4 of Bobby Babb, trying to challenge for fourth place position. White flag in the air. Out of turn 4, Barry Babb will take heat number 2 for the late model Sportsman High Point men. Winner of heat number 2 in the late model Sportsman division, coasting down to the start-finish line. Nice round of applause, please, for Barry Babb. Barry Babb out of Windham, Maine, driving the 0, sponsored by Portland Insulation, Country Seafood, Sullivan's Variety, and of course, Robert Babb and Sons Wood Contractors. David Raymond in the number 3. Ready to go at turn 4. Green is out. Steve Holbrook in the number 48 shows the way, followed by Earl Glidden in the 76, Bob Doak in the 33, Glenn Reynolds in the 105, Al Meserve on the move in the 112, trying to challenge for that fourth place position. Steve Holbrook continues to show the way, tangle into turn 1. Kurt Beam gets it turned about. Finally gets the car refired just before the yellow flag was ready to fly. Steve Holbrook continues to show the way in the number 48. Bob Doak in second. Al Meserve in the 112. Phil Furnett on the move in the number 66, trying to take over that fourth place position, and he does. Meserve going to try it to the outside as he challenges now to the outside of Bob Doak in the 33. Side-by-side battle for second. Problems on the number 20 of Pat Pearson as he coats to a stop on the apron to the inside coming out of turn 4. And that will bring the caution flag out as Pearson is unable to refire the number 20. Ready to restart tonight's Limited Sportsman semi-feature. Assistant starter Junior Niles gives the all clear as the drivers work the backstretch. Looking for a start at turn 4. Green is out. Holbrook to the inside, Doak to the outside. Side-by-side battle into turn 1. Side-by-side battle continues down the backstretch into turn 3. Holbrook to the inside, Doak to the outside. They exit turn 4, side-by-side, advantage at the stripe. Steve Holbrook in the 48. But Doak is right back out of turn 2, takes it over from the outside. Approaching the halfway mark, indicates starter Junior Niles. Tangle in turn 4. Earl Glidden Jr. finally gets it refired. Bob Doak with a nice move to put the 33 out into the lead. Shows the way. Al Meserve now trying to find room beneath Steve Holbrook. And he does. Side-by-side battle shaping up for third. Finds Steve Reno to the inside, taking over third spot from Steve Holbrook. Glenn Reynolds and Phil Fournette battle for 6th place position. Ricky Libby spins the number 77, sits in the 4 turn. Libby trying to refire. Unable to do so, and that brings out the caution as the drivers do a nice job of avoiding the 77. But right now, we are ready to restart tonight's semi-feature. Try it once again at turn 4. Green is out. Bob Doak right from the point. Side-by-side battle for second. Steve Reno to the inside, Al Meserve to the outside. They will see the white flag in the air when they exit turn 4. It'll be 1 lap to go. Bob Doak, Steve Reno, Al Meserve, Phil Fournette. Phil Fournette looking for racing room beneath the 112 of Meserve. Checkered flag in the air. Semi-feature will go to Bob Doak, followed by Reno. Then it looked like Meserve in the 112, Fournette in the 91. Fournette in the 66, and the 91 of Dave Culprit. Nice round of applause, please, for Bob Doak in the number 33, collecting tonight's Limited Sportsman semi-feature. Ready to go with tonight's consolation event. All clear from the flag stand. Richard Olin, Gordon Nelson bring the field down. Flagman points to turn 4. Green is up. 3 wide. Olin with the advantage as they race turns 1 and 2 out of turn 2 down the backstretch. Spin by the 88 of Mike Field. Everybody is clear and underway. We stay green. Out of turn 4. Gordon Nelson gets crossed up, along with Billy Thompson, Danny Bubar, Dave Fecto. Some of the top runners tangling in this consolation event. Due to the report that the rain is settling in apparently to stay, we are going to have to call tonight's program. Under the policy, this race is considered complete. The features will be added to next Saturday night's program. So we will be running double features next Saturday night, all for the regular price of admission. So be sure to get back with us next Saturday night.